I have got the most wonderful wife. We were married in 1960, so we've had 65 years. And I think that was a wonderful achievement. I have been very lucky in my life. But first of all, I thank God for having 93 years of life. I've had my ups and downs before and since we've been married, and we've lived right through and got over all our problems. We were lucky enough to have 6 children. We had 2 boys. Unfortunately, the second boy at 5 months died of a cot death. These things, you wonder why, but there must be a reason, and only God knows that. But since then, I lost the recipe and we had 4 girls. That's been a wonderful family. And those girls, since we've got to the age that we are at now, have been such a source of wonder to me, how they come and help.
And mine.
Whenever we need it. Now, Matthew, you came to our church and you started with your sermons, and I have got to thank you so much for what you have tried to teach us. You've gone through the Bible and the different chapters, and now you're into the book of Psalms, explaining this and that and the other, and you're bringing things to life. And between you and Stephen, I've got to thank you both for what you have done for us at the church. We've got a lovely family at the church, and it's really good. And unfortunately, Dad, in his employment, I think must have had some of these horrible things that they had to work with in confined spaces, and he died at about 37, which was far too young, but you got to learn to live with that. But that left my mother with myself, my brother, and 2 sisters, and very little money. I've got to thank my mother. She was so good, and we had a lot of help from the family. One of the things that Mum taught us, my mum, was love. Just to do the right thing. I can remember I wasn't an angel or anything like that. I used to occasionally pinch a thing or two, and I can remember taking a stamp from out of a mate's stamp album, because I was a stamp collector, and my mum heard about it, and we had to walk from there to Point Chevalier to apologise, and that taught me a big lesson. you've got to do things right. Mum was wonderful. She looked after us, and she was an inspiration to us. I was interested in a book that my sister had called Word for Today, and she had a spare copy. She said, "Oh, take it, Reg." Now, Shirley and I, first thing in the morning, have a cup of coffee and we read Word for Today. And today's one was really quite good. It was interesting. It was, "You are valuable." I've got so much to thank the Lord for. He just guided me and helped me. I'm very, very pleased with that, and I kept me out of trouble. We've always been a loving family, and when we have our get-togethers as a family now, they extend to over 40 people. We've got a very big family, and love dominates everything, and I try and encourage that to my family, and I think I've got through most times. And I've got a book that my daughter and my granddaughter have done on our lives. Was asked what to call it for our book, and I put A Legacy of Love. And so I've got this book here, A Legacy of Love, and I have just been so lucky. I have been so lucky. I believe in Jesus. I believe he was born of Mary at Christmas time. And I believe he had 33 years until he was crucified at Easter under Pontius Pilate. I certainly believe in Jesus. And I believe that he has a place to play in everybody's life. And they've got to ask for him to come. And I do that every night now with a prayer. And when I think somebody needs help, I just mention that and hope that he helps. But I believe in Jesus, certainly do.